Joanna, thank you very much for talking to us today and welcoming us to the exhibition. It sounds like it's been quite a labour of love for you. How long in the planning was this
Over
retrospective?
2 years. Over 2 years, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I've been very determined though. It should happen.
So where did the original idea come from? What fascinated you about Yves Saint Laurent?
Right, well, a few things. It's sort of, I'm a great believer in fate, and I think a few things came together all at the same time. And one of them was we were already thinking about going in a French direction, because we've got this fantastic story about the museum and the museum founder, Josephine Bose, who was French, she was Parisian, very fashionable, and I was wanting to do an exhibition of a French couturier for a while, because we've been, ever since we got a new fashion gallery, we've been building up. We've shown Vivienne Westwood shoes and Stephen Jones hats, and we were building up a reputation for fashion, and so I was looking, but I didn't ever think I would get this. But we had it was a nice way it started, was with a canaletto, which we have in this collection, being lent to an exhibition in Paris. And my colleague met someone there who said, oh, have you, and she was telling her all about this new fashion gallery that won an award, and you know, we've had all these new exciting fashion shows, and she said, well, would you know, maybe I might be able to get you an opening to the Yves Saint Laurent Foundation. And so she ran back and told me this, and I just, emailed straight away. I didn't even think about it.
And that was it, and you had it in your sights?
I did.
Well, congratulations on getting it here. So how did this exhibition come about? How did you make your pitch to Yves Saint Laurent?
Well, I went over to the Fondation in Paris, which is a Second Empire building, like this building in the Avenue Marceau.
Impressive.
Impressive, yes.
Imposing.
Yes, and I go up the stairs and I was shown to their meeting room, which was huge, great long meeting room with the original Andy Warhol's, the 4 portraits of Yves Saint Laurent looking down on me, long table. And we sat at one end. No pressure, no. And there were 3 people opposite, so it was an interview. And then before I started, Moujik, Yves Saint Laurent's own dog, actually came to sit next to me here, and I was sort of looking down. I like dogs, and I was about to give him a little fondle, and I thought, what if he snarls at me? Would this be a sign, you know, at the beginning that it's all going to go wrong?
Ignore the dog.
So I decided I'd wait until the end, yeah. But I just took over some pictures, you know, just off photocopy, just printed out the exterior, the galleries, and then I spoke about, you know, the story of Josephine and John and, you know, our French collections and how wonderful it would be. And I think they didn't have the idea that you know, it was a problem not being in London, you know. So you know, that was on our side, I suppose. But I just enthused and just went for it, yeah. And then came out afterwards shaking. You know, I wasn't shaking when I went in, when I came out. But yes, it went very well.
Well, they obviously had the vision, which probably shouldn't come as a surprise. They, you know, they understood why it was going to work.
I think they did. I think Pierre Berger really did understand, and he was delighted with the exhibition. He came and opened it for us, and that was really lovely. And he was absolutely delighted. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So tell me about the collection. This is the kind of full spectrum, really, of Yves Saint Laurent's work. From how far back does it go to? Right up until the end of his
yes, it's his whole, over 40 years it spans his career, and we actually start, and I'm so excited that we've actually got pieces from Dior, because he became head of Dior at age 21. I mean, incredible. And I mean, sadly, Christian Dior died in 1957, and you know, he already had Saint Laurent working for him, and he taught him, you know, the real haute couture methods, which never left Yves Saint Laurent. He's probably the last of the great couturiers, actually, after Chanel and Dior.
You have this very interesting mix, obviously, when you're dealing with a subject like Yves Saint Laurent, of kind of history and art, and also obviously contemporary fashion and commerce. I mean, how easy is it to balance all of those things in an exhibition and to kind of, you know, show them all at work, because they're all part of
well,
that
they are.
process.
Well, they're not. It wasn't really a problem, because the Fondation Pierre Berger Yves Saint Laurent is a very separate. It's an archive that they set up and planned. So it's very separate from the commercial side of Saint Laurent, as we know today, and Hedi Slimane and all that side of it. It is very separate. So it wasn't really. There wasn't really a conflict at all. But it was good, you know, that we've got the collections going right up into, you know, 2002, to, you know, which is, you know, when he retired. So we are showing the whole 40 years. So it is the first retrospective. But what's special about it is that it's actually been made to fit with our collections. So it's actually unique, and they've never done this before. I mean, there are Yves Saint Laurent exhibitions around the world, the Fondation do that. They're promoting his legacy. But this one, Pierre Berger himself said, I want some connection with this wonderful French chateau art collection. And so that was what was really exciting, working out how we could do that and the themes that it created. And those themes then became the themes for the rest of the exhibition.
So what are they? Can you run through them?
I can, indeed. Well, the first one is we called Haute Couture, and that was linking with the work that he was a great admirer of Schiaparelli and of surrealism. And actually we have a Schiaparelli that's on show in our fashion gallery, and it's slightly surrealist in its design. So that was an easy one. And then we did one called Masculine Feminine. We've kept the French words because it seemed right. And that's looking at his 1960s collection. The first trouser suit on the catwalk, the first jumpsuit, the first tuxedo. So I mean, so important, those iconic 60s pieces. So we've got a more masculine man's pinstripe suit, but in the case with our historic collection, which is First World War, the more tailored styles women were starting to wear, but they were skirt suits, they weren't trouser suits. And so we've made that link. And then we go on to Transparence, which is to do with lace, and this is I don't know if you've seen the ultimate little black dress, I reckon. Really sexy back with this lace going quite low at the back, and that links with our very, very important collections of lace, and particularly black chantier French lace. So we've actually showing it next to Empress Eugenie's own bodice, which is trimmed with chantier lace, which we have in our collection. Wow. So I mean, it was just easy, really, in a way.
Made for each other.
They were, absolutely. It just worked beautifully. And then art, which we're now here in this group of art, but actually we introduce it in the fashion gallery with the homage to Picasso and Harlequin, and that's a patchwork skirt links with our 19th century Weird Ale quilt. I mean, what a strange mixture, but it works.
What about this exhibition as a coup for the museum? Because it is absolutely fantastic to have it here. I guess you must feel a bit like the sky's the limit now for what you could do next.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, how can we top this? Is what I'm worried about at the moment. But no, it's fantastic for the bows. Yeah, and we've been wanting to do something really big, and I've sat in my office thinking, if only, wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we did an exhibition and got 5-star reviews in the newspaper, which we're getting? I mean, so yeah, it's just like a bit of a dream now, and I'm starting to just sort of relax and
just enjoy it. Hopefully,
enjoy it. Yeah, and it's so lovely to see visitors enjoying it, and and people are coming up from London for the day. You can do it
because it's quite early in the morning, really, and it's packed already. How long is the exhibition going to be here?
Until October the 25th, so there's plenty of time.